Hornets, the entire staff today, along with ownership. And, we're very pleased on behalf of the NBA to see what they're doing out there at the Saints practice facility. They're building a headquarters to house the Hornets staff. They're building a new practice facility for the Hornets, and they're using both organizations to help the other. And I think that is very well for the Hornets. And we'll be happier. And it's good that we're here. And it's good that the Lakers are in town. I'm delighted to be here to take in the game. Any questions?
Did you plan this with Kobe's 30,000?
No, it just happened that way. This was directed more to the fact that I hadn't been to a Hornets game this year. It's probably, when I saw the Lakers were in town, I can't say that subconsciously that wasn't interesting to me, but I did not figure out the point total or anything like that.
Are you going to get a chance to visit with him afterwards?
I hope so. Oh, you think he's going to score 13 points? I sure hope so. I want to shake his hand. I think Kobe is, as a talent and a competitor, he's up there on the pedestal with Michael Jordan.
David, how much longer will you be calling them the Hornets?
How much longer? I don't know. Everyone else seems to know about this other than me. My guess is that there's going to be some formal application, adjudication in the next couple of months, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Are you objectionable, or do you have any objections to the name, Howard?
I don't have any objection to anything that the Hornets want to do name-wise, because I'm sure it'll be sensible.
How do you feel about the change from the Hornets to the Trailblazers?
Is that what it is? You've got better information than I do, and I thought I was still the commissioner.
Hey, I'm here to try.
Where'd you learn that?
Sports Center.
Oh, you Mike? That's ridiculous. I don't know. I'm sure whatever it is, it'll be good. And if that's what it is, that's fine too.
David, what is the process for changing a team?
We have this, there are lots of things that have to be filed to protect. In fact, I do know that the Hornets filed to protect 5 names, trademark protection, and they have to apply to us. They have to pay certain fees. There's a timing schedule. But I think the Hornets may have a friend in the league office that might help expedite the process when they decide on a name.
Who might
That's
that be?
I heard. I don't remember his name, but I'm pretty sure it could happen faster than those big old meetings at the NBA say it'll happen.
Commissioner, you also talked about changing the colors to blue, red, and gold. Anything about that?
No, but it works for me. If it works for them, it works for me.
Commissioner, are you happy with the state of the Hornets at this time?
I am. They're a young team. Obviously, they have 2 of their youngest and best players injured as we speak, but they've got lots of cap room. They got their draft picks. They have a stable situation with Dell's extension, and they have one of the best young coaches in the league who guarantees you, Monty does, that his team is going to come out to compete every single night. And that's the statement that they're making to the city, and I think it's great.
David, much has been made about Michael, Magic, and Larry's, their contribution to your first half of your tenure as commissioner, but what about Kobe? This is 17 years, the second half of your tenure.
I never focus precisely on first and seconds. I just know that Kobe has had such an extraordinary run, playing at the highest level for so long, and with the championships to prove it in a league that is extremely competitive. Kobe and the Lakers have been an important part of the league, and I wish him well for this season and beyond.
Would you be willing to talk a little bit about the philosophy of resting healthy players?
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, well, I think you had mentioned it at the 2010 meeting where the league had mentioned it.
Well, at the April 2010 meeting, on the agenda was the subject of teams resting otherwise healthy players at the end of the season. And there were many views expressed, and I sort of took it as that, and I said it, that although in the first instance that's for the team to decide, the coach to decide, Obviously, under the power that I have to deal with conduct detrimental to the league, I retain the right to deal with that. And the owners understood that, and they remembered it. In the case of San Antonio, they didn't just come into town and arrest healthy players. They sent a 26-year-old and a 30-year-old, plus Manu and Tim, home, virtually under cover of darkness, or light of day, however you do it, and without notifying, as our rules require for injury and illness. Maybe it's my mistake not to think that injury and illness, when you're secreting someone away, should also include deciding to move them out. So in all of the circumstances, I thought that if we didn't do something this time, there would never be a reason to do it. Only visit to Miami, you know, practically the first month of the season, notifying nobody, and sending home young and healthy players, merited repeat. And I did it. That's because, and this was a team decision. This is not me and Pop. Pop is a great coach, Hall of Fame coach, and this decision was made by the entire senior management and ownership of the San Antonio Spurs, and I felt that they were doing what they perceived as their job, and I was doing what I perceived as my job, and that's what happens.
Had the league been notified? Would the same course of action take
The beauty
place?
of that is I don't know. It depends. I said it's the totality of the circumstances. I would suggest to you if we had been notified, it wouldn't have happened. So maybe from their perspective they did the right thing, not from mine.
What do you think is the marketing challenge to change the mascot?
If you're a good marketer and the Hornets are, it's not a challenge.
Would you have any objection to the name of Charlotte going back to the Hornets?
No. I'm very deferential to teams, as you know. And if Charlotte wanted to ultimately change their name back to the Hornets, that would be okay with me. I don't have any thoughts of, I think everything sounds good. I think that Lakers, have you guys seen any lakes in Los Angeles? Okay, it's the same amount of lakes in Los Angeles as there is Jazz in Utah, or Grizzlies in Memphis. So I'm out of that business. Whatever works for the team works for me.
Do you have a chance of a WNBA team coming in the world?
We haven't, what we have been talking about a bit is using some WNBA players to reach out to young girls playing the game and young boys playing the game. But the most important thing here, hey Wes, get me out of here, will you?
I wonder where your person is.
Okay, and that's okay.
That's enough questions.
Can you still shoot?
No.
Oh, okay. I bet he can.
Nothing now.
I'll bet he can. I think the most important agenda item here is to cement this team into the community. I just came from a meeting, a greeting session with sponsors, potential naming rights sponsors, and marketing partners. The team is doing everything right, and let's make sure that the 12 years that this team is guaranteed to be here through the end of the lease puts them in a great position to be permanently anchored. And then we'll deal with the WNBA another time.
Commissioner, do you have any concerns about small markets with the new CBA in the second year of it?
I don't have any concerns about small markets with the new CBA. I think that when the tax penalties come in next year, where teams that pay an extra $30 million, for example, might have to pay another $85 million in taxes, lose their mid-level exception, lose their right to sign and trade, you will see a substantially modified behavior. And actually, we began to see it in anticipation of that this year when Chicago, a large market, I guess, if you use the word small market, I guess I would say Chicago's a large market, passed on matching a sheet because they don't want to deal with the $45 million impact of taxes in the third year. And New York, which I assume you would characterized as a large market.
I would agree with that.
Okay, declined to sign Jeremy Lin to match Houston's offer. So we're seeing it happen, and Oklahoma City decided to trade Harden rather than deal with the tax consequences that would come from signing him to a maximum contract. So we're seeing, sort of early, let's say, green shoots, and it's going to get more profound. And I think it's going to enable, together with revenue sharing, to allow low-grossing teams to compete with high-grossing teams, because New Orleans is going to be a profitable team. And the ultimate irony is, you would call it a small market because it's our smallest, or virtually our smallest, but they're going to be a contributor to revenue sharing.
Where do you see the Lakers cable deal with Time Warner coming into play with that?
It's one component of Lakers' income that gets accounted for when they make a payment into the revenue sharing pool. So there's more money to be shared. It's the combination of that and the tax tend to act as something of a brake, B-R-A-K-E, on team spending.
How close are you guys paying attention to
Last one, guys.
sale? Obviously, they own a significant portion of the Lakers.
I'm fully knowledgeable about the process and what's going on.
You have some, I guess, vetting interest when in terms of a majority owner comes into play in the league.
In terms of any owner, right? It has to be approved by the NBA Board of Governors.